Hello there, my name is Cy Rodriguez and I am the Fit Vegetarian. And today I wanted to talk with you about how to do a cleanse that will literally change your life forever. So, when you think about a cleanse, what comes into mind? I know for me, when I hear people saying that they're going to cleanse, I think that they're going to probably go out and buy some Gaia herb supplement, and it has some detoxifying and cleansing herbs in it, and they're going to not eat meat for a week or two or however long they're going to do the cleanse, and they're going to stay away from certain foods, and they're going to feel all nice and clean after they finish, like they did some really great service for themselves. And you know what? Those types of cleanses are okay, and I encourage you to go ahead and do that if that's what you want to do, and you probably get some benefit from it. But today I want to talk to you about a revolutionary kind of a cleanse, the kind of cleanse that is going to change your life forever, literally. And I'm talking literally about a lifestyle changing cleanse. So, whatever you're thinking a cleanse might be, get ready to hear something different. So, how do you do the cleanse already? Okay, so it's really simple. But before we get into it, I just want to tell you that I've been eating a special type of a diet for a long time, and because of that diet, I don't really do cleanses anymore. I never really thought about cleanses as cleanses in the traditional sense anyway. It was more like, eating foods that detoxify and stuff like that, and kind of basically lifestyle cleansing. But I figured out a way to live that doesn't require me to cleanse anymore. And I'm going to share with you a way that you can incorporate some habits that you can do an actual cleanse with, but will become habits later, or may become habits, and they will change your life. So what is it that you're going to do? And it's very simple. You're going to just mostly eat fruits and vegetables, but I'm not talking about the raw food diet. What I am talking about is all day long, up till dinner time, you're going to eat just fresh fruits and a few other choice foods. And you can eat as much of them as you want to. And whether you know it or not, fruits are very cleansing, and they're also building. And if you are worried about diabetes, for example, or high blood sugar, I want you to be aware that there are many people who have done 30-day challenges, and they were type 2 diabetes people, and in eating exactly the way that I'm going to explain to you, they were able to reduce or to get rid of their type 2 diabetes. So blood sugar is not an issue with eating a lot of fruit, especially if you do what I'm about to tell you. And don't worry, you don't have to only eat fruit. You're going to eat some vegetables too, and you're going to eat some cooked vegetables even, and a couple of other things. So basic guidelines. During the day, you want to stick to any kind of fruits that you choose, but high-calorie fruits are good because you want to sustain your energy, and that's good. And you can eat all day long if you want to, but what I really recommend for a deeper cleansing effect is that you eat 3 to 5 times in the day total. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then if you need a couple snacks to keep you going, go for it. The bottom line is up till dinner time, you're going to stick to almost exclusively fruits. And then I'm going to come back to what else you can eat in the daytime, but before we do that, around dinner time, you're going to allow yourself to have some type of cooked meal, and that meal can be a combination of or one or the other of these things I'm about to mention, which are rice. We're talking brown rice is good, potatoes, White potatoes are good too. Just eat the skins with them and try to go organic. And also yams are okay too, but white potatoes are perfectly fine. And also any kind of bean is okay, but lentils and chickpeas, or chickpeas also known as garbanzos, are some of the better ones. And you can also eat quinoa. And so of the things that I've mentioned, you can have quinoa or rice with chickpeas if you want, or you can just have vegetables mixed in with them, or you can have a big bunch of starchy type root vegetables along with some onions and garlic and broccoli, even some greens of your choice. And those are all going to be building for you, and at the same time they're going to be aiding you in your cleansing with fiber and general nutrition, and without clogging your system up with a bunch of unneeded things. So that's the basics. And you can have a little bit of fat if you want to, in the form of avocados or in the form of a little flax oil, 1 to 3 tablespoons of flax oil max with your evening meal, and up to a whole avocado. A half of an avocado is also good, but you don't need a lot of oil, and you can also, you don't have to have the oil at all. You can just increase the amount of the carbohydrate dense foods that you're eating, like the rice, the potatoes, the quinoa, the mixed vegetable pot of like broccoli, root vegetables like beets, carrots, onions, garlic, those kinds of things. But zucchini, you could mix it and match it however you want to, but vegetables is what I'm talking about for the most part. And with your energy supply, which is like your starchy potatoes or your rice, something like that, to give you lots of energy. And you can put a little salt on it, but don't overdo it. And during the daytime, you really don't want to have too much salt, even if you make one of the exceptions to fruit that I'm about to tell you about, because salt makes you hold on to water. So in order to avoid holding on to too much water, you're going to want to have a minimal amount of salt during the cleanse. Don't worry about salt in general after the cleanse, as long as you're not just going crazy with it. You can eat sea salt. It has other minerals in it. Make sure you're getting a good sea salt, like Celtic sea salt or pink Himalayan salt, real salt brand salt that actually has other minerals in it. Just sea salt sometimes isn't always good. So that gives you an idea. But bottom line, not a lot of salt during the cleanse, because you don't want to hold on to the extra water. You want to purge it out. So going back to the daytime, mixing it up with the fruits. For your morning, I recommend having a smoothie, and I would go greens with your smoothie. And you can also use chlorella instead of greens. It's very detoxifying, and it's also building to your body. Has lots of vitamins and other nutrition, or lots of vitamins and minerals, basically. Lots of nutrients, phytonutrients. So don't be afraid to have some chlorella as an alternative to greens. Greens are also cleansing and building. Anything that has chlorophyll in it is cleansing. So go ahead, have a green smoothie to start with if you really want to make this easy and feel good. And I recommend bananas in a smoothie to start. There are other things that go good, but bananas really drown out the taste of the greens in a good way, and it tastes good with a little bit of filtered water. And what you want to do is you want to go for a lot of bananas, and I'm talking like 3 to 5 bananas minimum for the average adult. And you can go up to 10 in a meal if you want, or more sometimes for people who are really, really big. But the bottom line is you don't want to go hungry, and it's going to be good for you. You're not going to overdose on potassium or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about those things. But just make sure that you get enough so that you're not starving. Now, to other things you could eat, if you want, eat some rice or potatoes during the day. Just don't have a lot of salt. And also, feel free to have some oatmeal with raisins. If you have rice or oatmeal, well, if you have oatmeal with raisins, that's going to be pretty sweet. But if you have some rice, for example, during the daytime, as a substitute to salt, you can add some sucanat sugar, some honey, or some coconut sugar. Those things, and I'm talking organic, but those are full of nutrients, all 3 of those types of sweeteners. So they're not just empty calories, and They're not going to hurt you. They're going to help to sustain your energy. You may not need them, but if you have a craving for them, go ahead and have those things. And of course, you can feel free to steam or boil some vegetables, the same types of vegetables you would use at night, if that is something that you would rather do instead of having oatmeal or rice, something to keep you going, instead of fruit. So that is the basics. Now, just to get a couple more important things in here, if you want to have some juice, feel free to have some fruit juice, but if you want to have some cleansing juice, carrot, beet, celery, ginger juice is good, just a small piece of ginger, but that's going to be a very cleansing drink. So if you want to make that juice fresh, that's something that you can have if you want to, but it's definitely not necessary. You can also, you want to make sure that you have plenty of water, especially during a cleanse. And I recommend when you go to bed at night, before you go to bed, get a quart of water and drink between a half of a quart and a quart from the time you go to bed or right before you go to bed to the morning. And that's going to be really good for helping you to cleanse. And you should be able to go right back to sleep too if you have to get up and pee. So don't worry about that. But it's important that you stay hydrated. And in the morning, I recommend getting a quart of water, and we'll drink between a half of a quart and a quart of water before you have anything else in the morning. And if you want to make that water extra cleansing for you, then have a little bit of lemon that you squeeze into it in the water as well, and that's going to add to the benefit of cleansing. The last thing that I recommend you do is get enough sleep, because when you get enough sleep, your body gets extra energy that helps to push things out of you that you don't want in your body. So make sure to do that too, especially during your cleanse. And you can go anywhere from 3 days to a week. If you're really novice and you just want to get an experience of what this is like, do it for a day. Bottom line is, it's going to change your life for the better. It's going to make you more healthy. You're not going to lose energy. You're going to have energy, and you're going to feel better than you normally feel if you do the cleanse that I'm talking about this way. And you're going to get more benefits than you would if you were to buy some tincture at the store that's made to be for cleansing. Things to avoid really quick. Avoid all meats, all dairy, including eggs, all fish, every kind of meat, anything that comes from an animal while you're doing this, and avoid all nuts too. Those are not conducive to your cleanse. Also avoid coffee. Now, if you want to have some kind of caffeine and you just don't want to give it up, if you have a little bit of organic green tea of some kind, or you go with some organic yerba mate, and I'm talking like true green yerba mate, Nativa brand is a good one, then that isn't going to interfere with your cleanse so much, and it's not going to cause you any serious damage. But just stay away from the coffee for the cleanse. So I hope this helps you. I hope that you have a great cleanse. Please leave me your comments and a thumbs up on this video if you like it. And also, if you've had cleansing experience of your own, good or bad, please share that in the comment section as well, so that other people can kind of get an idea of what they're getting themselves into, or just get some types of other experiences that they can look at. So thanks so much for watching. Again, I'm Cy Rodriguez, the Fit Vegetarian, and I will see you in the next video.